Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zoogle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then. I'm on.
Take this!
Bet that shell's hiding something dangerous.
More than that hit! Sweet now.
Be still! Rising Falcon! You're mine! You're mine!
The waters are clear.
Leaving smelling to me. Yeah, and pummeling to me.
It's almost too strong.
Split it in a vine.
Be my guest. I have no limits.
Ready!
Take this!
This one's mine!
Super swallow
Rising
bird!
Falcon!
Lightning or raging
This
captain!
one's mine!
Eternal Station!
Get to the wind! That's my cue!
Shut him down! Soaring left!
Sweet now.
All mine!
I'll smash you. What's this?
Not like this!
You'll pay for that! Shockwave Flash!
Raging storm!
You picked the wrong fight! Now! Here I come! Soda!
Swallow dance. Take
this!
getting started.
It's over! Shockwave Flash!
Tempest swell!
Lightning Thrust! Here I come! It's over!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Dance in the wind!
Show.
I'm here!
Lightning Thrust!
I'll be saving this one!
Swallow dance.
Tempest
You're
swell!
mine!
More
Shockwave
now!
Flash!
Arctic
Rising
waterfall!
Falcon! Shockwave Flash! You're mine!
Ready and ready.
You're finished! No further! Do it! Come on! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistlym kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistlym from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine. Let's get going. Thistlym was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Okay.
Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator. Of these waters? Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Out of my way!
Take this!
Going down!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Rising Falcon! You're mine! Try not again!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Nothing gets by me!
Armor won't save just
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Take this! I'll leave it to you! Rising Falcon! Sharp reflex!
Raging storm! Where would that come from? I'm super swallow dead!
Try harder!
Denied!
Be still! Do it! In an instant! Impact block!
Photon blast! Dance in the wind!
Now we're not.
Feel!
Tiger blade!
Take this!
Sharp reflex!
Now!
In an instant! Impact block!
I'm ready for the next battle.
Out of my way!
Here I come!
Down! Your arm! I'm ready to go! Nico!
You paid for that!
Tempest Wall!
Armor won't save you!
Select...
You're mine! Right, this one's all mine! Here I come! Shockwave Slash! Rising Falcon! Try harder!
I'll
You
stop
picked
it,
the wrong
Sean.
fight!
Thanks, Kisara!
Rising Falcon! Hurricane Thrust!
Talon Hurricane!
Shockwave Slash!
Inferno Punch!
Take this! Shockwave Slash!
Regenerate!
Take this!
I'm just getting started!
Shockwave Slash!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Hurricane Thrust!
Far enough!
Eagle shattering you apart!
Shockwave Slash!
Bloody howling! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
We're still standing. Barely.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia, my...
Pow!
It's on! You picked the wrong fight!
Rip and tear!
Stardust!
The power of light! Let me in! I'll take out the ring! My shield!
More for
Take
the
this!
stockpile!
Stardust!
Crescent Moon!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Now. More for the stockpile!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare to Malika!
From the...
No!
Imbue this vanquished soul with life! Resuscitation! Alphen!
Their arts were interrupted!
Rising Wyvern!
Igneous discharge! I'm gone! Nico!
I couldn't make it in time.
Sonic Thrust!
I'll face you!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Can you take it?
Rising Wyvern!
It appears the end is nigh.
Hold nothing back! Take this! Lightning hit! Rising Falcon! Crush! Dazzle! You're mine! Shockwave now! Be still! Rising Falcon! Stardust! This one's all mine!
Anything
You're
in armor
mine!
is all mine!
Shockwave!
So that didn't go as it's planned.
We must consider well, if this is the right path.
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
What do you... So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me, I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Shion. Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
Coming through. Take this!
That's freaking
Rising
something!
Falcon!
Crescent move!
You're mine! Sharply
You made
Shine.
me angry!
Radiant.
That was a bad
Here I
idea!
come!
I'll tear you apart!
Rising Falcon!
Shield and fate!
Soda!
First!
Don't sleep.
Idiot! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Eat this!
Take this!
I'll finish you here and now! Ready
This
to
one
go.
keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for! Get behind me!
Done! I'll leave it to you! I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
On guard!
Freaking Dazzle! Ready to go! Start up!
On guard!
Shockwave flash!
Going in!
Eat this! Lightning thrust!
Come and get it!
I'm ready! Rising Falcon! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Ha! There we go. Looks like I hooked a pretty rare fish.
There certainly are a wide array of fish on Dana.
Reel it in. We can get a good meal out of this fella.
That flapper was a true fighter.
Yeah! All right. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
No backing down! Now you see what I can do!
Appreciate the help.
Start up!
Round and pound!
I shall steal you where you stand.
Here I come!
Down on the ground!
Rising
Thank you. Now I'm real mad.
Guardian field!
Eat dirt!
Let me at him!
Radiant light.
Super swallow dance!
Regeneration.
Here I come!
Lightning meteor!
Rising Falcon!
In here! Get
Shockwave flash! Here!
Rip the tire blade!
I'm just getting
Eternal devastation!
Totally.
In an instant! Impact block!
Shine. Radiant light.
Watch
this.
Thanks,
Take this! Crush! Here!
On guard!
Megasonic thrust!
Swallow dance!
Howling Hurricane! Come on!
Ready and feel that face!
Soaring Light Spear! Here I
Look
come!
sharp!
Lightning thrust!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisher!
Against my full power, you didn't stand a chance. What's with that shining foe over there?
I'll clear the way through.
I've got your back. This one's mine.
Regenerate! Another incantation ruined.
Far enough. I owe you one for that.
You're mine! Eternal devastation!
This one's mine.
Being interrupted.
Soaring light spear!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Take this!
Just as well, I'm here to
You
stop
picked the wrong fight! You're mine!
Prepared.
Big chill! Rising Falcon! You're mine!
Regenerate!
Super stuff!
Give me a
Lightning
charge.
You're mine!
This one's mine.
Soaring light spear! Tear! Hurricane thrust! You're mine! Try harder! Here I come! Do it! Rising Falcon!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Guardian field. Swallow down.
All
Right
you here and now! Penumbra!
Shockwave
Up the door.
Can't get out of this!
Nothing gets by me.
Shockwave strike!
Benediction.
Rising Falcon! Try harder!
Their arms were interrupted.
I'm ready!
Yodeling.
All yours, Kisara!
Take this! Here!
Death blossom!
You picked the wrong fight!
He who prepares
Going in.
regret.
Shockwave strike!
Pile driver!
Here!
In the groove!
Eternal devastation!
Elusive deity!
This one's mine.
It's over! Here!
Tiger blade.
Mega Sonic Thrust!
Yodeling.
All yours, Kisara!
There's always room for improvement.
No choice! You're
This
mine!
one's mine.
Soaring light spear!
You're done it. Time to shine.
Down on the ground!
Swallow down.
Mega
Going
Sonic
rock.
Thrust! Crush! Eternal devastation!
Horror won't save you!
Worth a shot.
Eternal devastation!
Swallow down. I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara.
What's this?
Shockwave strike!
Eagle
Eternal
fly.
devastation!
Make it rain. This one's mine. I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
My turn! Soaring light! Penumbra!
Tornado drive!
Here!
Whirlwind snap!
This one's mine.
Here I come! Here!
Talon hurricane!
Make it rain.
This one's over!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
A comfortable win. Discourteous, aren't you?
Here I come! Rising Falcon! Dragon Soda!
Going in.
Take this!
They may look cute and stuff, but they're vicious.
Dragon Shout! Eternal devastation! Crush!
I'm ready!
Blow them away!
This
I'm
one's
ready now!
mine. Kisara, I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Going in.
Soaring light spear! Hurricane thrust! Take this! Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon! You're mine! Take this! Pierce! Mega Sonic thrust! Eternal devastation! It's over! Destruction!
See what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Crush! Rising Falcon!
Tornado drive!
You're mine! Shockwave thrust!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
You're mine!
Dragon
Down!
Mine!
Stardust!
How about this? I'll tear you apart!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
Right, here goes!
Take this!
Be still! Turn right spear!
Scream bathed in blood, rending you up!
Are those arms even natural?
I'm on it! Flaming thrust! Rising falcon! Start up! Inferno punch! You're mine!
Tiger blade!
Eat dirt!
Dragon shout! Nicole!
You paid for that! Castle! Start up! Here I come! Be still! Rising falcon!
I'll smash you! Resuscitation!
No escape! Shockwave! Pierce!
They'll find not too long
Megasonic
ago.
thrust! I'm on it! Crush!
Rip and tear!
Stop!
Eagle assault! Now in the clear. In a bind? I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here I come!
Super swallow dance!
Do back!
Stand back!
I'll trip it up.
Everlasting
Shockwave
dot!
flash!
Eagle ray!
Shockwave flash!
Penumbra!
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
Shine! Guardian
Field! You can regeneration!
Rising falcon!
Regenerate!
There you Megasonic thrust!
Swallow dance!
Here I come!
What's this? I'll tear you apart!
Crush! Here!
Ready and rip!
Let us take to the fray.
Here goes!
I'm not done! You're finished! Megasonic thrust!
The power of
Tear! You're mine! It's time!
Swallow dance!
You picked the wrong fight!
Appreciate the help!
Shockwave flash!
I'm ready!
Rinwell!
Frozen?
Hammer!
Shine! Radiant light!
Here I come!
Regeneration!
I've used too much.
Far enough! I'm gone!
You're mine! Megasonic thrust!
Ryan
Eternal
power!
devastation! Crush! Strike! It's over!
Crimson
Take this!
Not so fast!
Be still!
Tiger blade!
Crush! You're mine! You're mine! Pierce!
Radiant light! Bolts of
No
regeneration!
escape!
Thanks, Shield!
You're mine! Pierce!
Shield and face!
Everlasting
Strike! You're finished!
How about this?
Eat this! Here I come!
Talon storm!
Ouch! Can I get a little healing over here?
Alas, we appear to be out at present.
We should be able to cook here.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
I'm exhausted.
I came out great. Everyone's gonna be real surprised. Thistlym, care if I hang out for a while? I wanted to ask you something.
I'm all ears.
How much contact did you have with the other lords back in the day?
I only saw or exchanged words with them on a handful of occasions. Not that I was particularly keen on even that much.
Almeidrea made it sound like the two of you had some kind of history together.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just me. She was always interested in who she could use, who had value for her own ends. Having said that, she wasn't quite so brazen back when we were still in Lenegus. In a sense, she may have been a victim of the crown contest as well.
Almeidrea? A victim?
To a Renin, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord, let alone to go on and become the next sovereign. We are taught that from the day we leave the womb. There are few Renins who wouldn't be ecstatic at the prospect of ascending to lordship.
You were like that though, right? You've always struck me as a more grounded guy.
No sane Renin would ever dare admit that their interests lie in anything but power and prestige, even if they feel so in their heart of hearts.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing but misery for Renins, too.
Which is why I seek to end it. Not that I imagine Danins such as Rinwell are all that interested in hearing tales of woe such as mine. Do you mind watching our camp tonight? Shall we get moving?
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Okay.
Okay. Yes!
What?
Really? Dohali. Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll trust your judgment, Kisara.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city. We're going in the opposite direction, but where there's a will...
There's always a way, right? You know, is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almadria. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.